Well, Lerner's attorney says her client, or his client, has done nothing wrong. He went on to so far as to say that no court in the country would agree that she is in contempt. And joining us right now to talk about this issue is Cleta Mitchell and Catherine Engelbrecht of True the Vote, also involved in this controversy in a unique way. Thank you both for being here today.
Happy to be here.
All right, I know we have you, Cleta. Do we have Catherine with us?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, great to talk to you both. All right, let's start, Catherine, with you. I want to start with the new emails that have been uncovered here suggesting that there was collusion between the IRS and Elijah Cummings to bring True the Vote's attention to the IRS. You, of course, have talked to us about this before. Do you feel any better now that it's been presented in more of a public forum this way?
Absolutely. I'm thrilled to see that these documents are finally finding the light of day, and my current hope is that we continue on in this discovery process, because we're only beginning to see what I believe is the tip of a very ugly iceberg. And
this also kind of answers back on what we saw Elijah Cummings doing, playing the victim with Darrell Issa in a previous committee meeting as well. Now you see the attention placed back on Elijah Cummings. Do you think more should be done to maybe discipline him for his role in all of this?
Well, I mean, to whatever extent there can be, disciplinary actions taken, I think that we need to be very serious about taking them. But make no mistake, Elijah Cummings, though very important at this juncture of this discovery and this investigation, is just one of what I believe will be quite an extensive cast of characters that will point to a much bigger, much more orchestrated effort to target and silence private citizens. He's just one of many.
Well, let me turn to my former Washington counsel for purposes of full disclosure, Cleta Mitchell. Cleta, it's a matter of law, but also a matter of practical politics. In your mind, should Lois Lerner face criminal prosecution?
Well, I think that certainly the bill of particulars that was included in the House Ways and Means Committee letter to the Department of Justice day before yesterday certainly does indicate and list several violations of federal criminal law. And I think that that's something that definitely should be looked at. And I want to go back to the issue of Representative Cummings. On February the 6th, the day that Catherine and I testified before the House Oversight Committee subcommittee chaired by Congressman Jim Jordan, we had included the complaint that we have filed. We filed it after the hearing, and we filed a complaint against Representative Cummings asking the Office of Congressional Ethics to investigate Representative Cummings and his staff to see what involvement they may have had in the targeting of True the Vote and Catherine and her family business by various federal agencies. With this new, and remember that Representative Cummings was so outraged about the fact that we had filed this, that we're preparing to file this ethics complaint against him, that he came to the subcommittee hearing and he said on the record that what we had asked the ethics committee to investigate was just unequivocally incorrect and not true. Now we find out from these emails released that in fact our request for an investigation really is well placed, because he was, and his staff, they were having communications with the IRS about True the Vote.
So yes, let's amplify this a little bit. Do we know the exact number of emails? And essentially, you had Elijah Cummings, a congressman, a sitting member of Congress, the ranking minority member of this committee, in collusion and coordination with the IRS in terms of going after Catherine and her family, and in terms of these hearings as well?
Well, what we know is that they were, his staff contacted the IRS hierarchy at the very top and told them that they were conducting an investigation, that they had commenced an investigation of True the Vote. And they wanted all, in the emails they say, they wanted only publicly available information about True the Vote. However, if you compare the information that, the questions that Elijah Cummings propounded to Catherine Engelbrecht and True the Vote in the fall of 2012, they mirror almost identically questions the IRS had asked in February.
Cleta and Catherine, we're up against the clock, but it sounds like a case of true collusion. It's something the Ethics Committee will have to examine. The Ethics Committee will take that seriously. Thank you, ladies, both. Back with more as America's Forum continues.